This suburban house is for sale, and the first family to view it is the Payne family, consisting of Rebecca, her husband Chris, their eldest son Tyler, and their youngest daughter Chloe. But this house has something peculiar. A poltergeist, referred to in the movie as the Presence, lives in it. The film is presented from the perspective of the Presence, following and witnessing the problems within the family. And this is how the story begins.
Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I'm going to recap the movie.
The family ends up moving into the house, and the Presence is a witness to the growing cracks within the family, like how Rebecca is committing financial fraud at work. Plus, she has an obsession with her son Tyler, telling him that everything she does is for him.
I've never felt this close to another human being ever.
While she barely pays attention to her daughter, Chloe has been very depressed over the recent death of her friend Nadia, one of the two girls in the community who recently died while sleeping. And apparently, she is the only one who feels that there is something more in the house watching her, although she believes it's her friend.
Nadia?
The next day, while Chloe was bathing, the Presence, being good-natured, arranges Chloe's books, and when she comes out of the bathroom, she notices. Hearing her scream, her father, who is the only one who cares about her, comes to ask if she's okay, and she tells him everything is fine, although she believes Nadia is the one doing this. Chris talks to Rebecca about Chloe's health and how after her friend's death, she has stopped talking and become more withdrawn. Her mother doesn't care and tells her husband to stop thinking about it. That time will heal her, causing their marriage to always be in constant discussion and tension. The Presence often hides in Chloe's closet. The next day, her brother introduces her to his friend Ryan. At night, the Presence finds Rebecca deleting her emails.
Wait a minute!
Chris arrives and asks what she's doing, and she lies, telling him there's a virus on her laptop. Chris tells her he found a therapist to help Chloe, but Rebecca doesn't care. She only cares about her son and his swimming lessons.
2 kids. You have 2 kids.
Very clear.
Since things aren't going well in their marriage, Chris consults a lawyer with the desire to separate from Rebecca, not only because of all the problems he's having with her, but also because he knows his wife is committing financial fraud. Although later, he decides to stay with her. The next day, Ryan and Chloe enter the house, taking advantage of the fact that no one else is home, and the two get high together. Ryan asks her how she feels about losing her friend, and she tells him about the pain she feels and how she has felt her presence, believing she wants to come back or something similar. After telling him that, she starts kissing him, falling into his arms while crying. Ryan consoles her and talks about his control issues, feeling like he doesn't control anything in his life.
I'm nothing. I decide nothing.
Giving control to Chloe to decide when they will have relations. Chloe decides to have them right now, but the Presence says, "Horny people in my house, no." So it knocks down the shelf in Chloe's closet to prevent them from having relations.
What was that?
Chloe feels the Presence, but so as not to scare Ryan, she tells him it's the effect of the drug. During dinner, Chloe tells her family that lately she has felt a presence in the house and has seen things move. No one else has felt anything, so they don't believe her, especially Tyler, who insults her and calls her crazy for believing in such things, causing the family to get upset and start arguing. Later, Tyler tries to apologize to her, but she doesn't want to see him, so he apologizes to his father for his behavior. He tells him that he needs to treat his sister better, since she knew the 2 people who died, and that left her traumatized. Tyler thinks the girls who died were due to drug addiction, and tells his father that Chloe is also getting into weird stuff. The next day, at night, Tyler tells his family how he and his friends played a prank on a classmate, asking her for an intimate photo and making her wear an embarrassing puppy shirt.
Hey man, that's not cool.
He didn't keep the picture, did he?
What? No, I don't think so. Probably not.
Which the whole school ended up finding out about. Not only that, but the intimate photo was spread all over the internet. Rebecca is lenient, but Chris and Chloe are horrified. Tyler says he had nothing to do with it, but Chloe blames him. The Presence gets angry upon hearing and seeing what he did, so it runs to Tyler's room and destroys it. At that moment, the family realizes that Chloe was right, and there is a presence in the house. The family doesn't know what to do, and is afraid to enter the house. But Chloe says that the presence, who she still believes is Nadia, doesn't want to harm them, but rather help.
Hey, she doesn't want to hurt anybody. It's the opposite. I think she wants to help.
Chris contacts the real estate agent, who insists that no one died in the house, as she would legally have to disclose it, but recommends that her sister-in-law, a medium, come to visit them. The next day, the medium named Lisa comes with her husband Carl, and just before entering, she already feels the presence. Upon entering the house, the medium notices the vintage mirror embedded in the fireplace mantle that helps see into the spiritual plane. She realizes that Chloe can also feel the presence because the trauma has opened the metaphysical door. She affirms that they have a presence in their house that feels connected to Chloe.
Do you know who she is? Is it Nadia?
The medium says the presence is confused and doesn't know why it's here. Something happened to it in the past in the house, but it doesn't know what. It only knows that the presence is trying to discover itself, to find out what happened to it. And she suggests that the presence might be trapped in an anachronistic time period, confusing the past with the present. And upon touching the mirror, she starts to feel dizzy. Tyler and Rebecca think what the woman said is just nonsense.
That woman is never setting foot in this house again.
When Chloe stays with her father in the living room, she starts hearing a noise in the mirror, and upon touching it, it stops. After all this, the presence hides in Chloe's closet, and upon waking up, finds her making love with Ryan. And since it's not perverted, it doesn't watch them. After having relations, Chloe goes to bathe, and Ryan brings her juice. But the presence notices that Ryan tampered with the juice with a strange white powder.
FBI, open up!
So, to prevent Chloe from drinking it, it makes the glass fall.
Oh my God!
After that, at Ryan's insistence, he and Chloe plan to spend the night together while her parents are away on a business trip, though Chloe warns that Tyler will still be present, to which Ryan responds that he will take care of it. That night, her father enters her room to talk to her, and they have a conversation where Chris confesses that his mother was a very religious woman, but he didn't believe in those things. Over time, as age has brought him experience, he started to become more religious and spiritual. So he tells his daughter that he does believe there is something in the house with them. Moreover, he even thinks that for some reason, she can feel the presence. She thanks him for believing in her and hugs him. The next day, the medium returns to the house to warn Chris that she believes the presence is in the house to prevent something bad that will happen in the future. Because of a window that breaks. Chris tells her that information doesn't help much and asks her to leave. The presence gets scared upon hearing that, and at night tries to warn Chloe about what will happen. But it can't. After that, it hides in her closet as always. The next day, Chris and Rebecca go on their business trip. At night, while Tyler was drinking alcohol, he also starts to feel the presence. At that moment, his friend Ryan arrives, and he takes the opportunity to drug Tyler to be alone with Chloe.
You disgust me.
When Tyler falls asleep, Ryan takes the chance to make another drink and drug Chloe. But when he goes up to give her the drink, Chloe tells Ryan that she no longer feels comfortable with their relationship due to the problem she has. Ryan pretends to be sad and manipulates her into drinking the drink.
Can we maybe just talk?
Chloe falls into the trap, and as she succumbs to the effects of the drug, Ryan starts revealing his true identity as a psychopath who manipulated Chloe into thinking she had control over everything when he was the one taking advantage of her trauma. He starts talking about death and his obsession with the intermediate between life and death, takes out a plastic wrap, and uses it to suffocate Chloe, while boasting about having done the same to Nadia and the other girl, making everyone believe it was due to an overdose. Upon seeing this, the presence gets angry and runs to the living room to wake Tyler. Tyler wakes up and runs to Chloe's room, grabbing Ryan and throwing him out the window to save his sister. Sometime later, the family decides to move out of the house, and they visit the house once more to get some of their things. The presence follows Chloe, who tells her mother it's time to go. Rebecca stays a few more minutes, and at that moment, the presence takes the opportunity to make Rebecca follow it. Rebecca feels the presence and follows it to the mirror in the living room, only to realize that the presence was always Tyler. Yes, that brother who didn't treat his sister well. who always called her crazy and weird, had been protecting his sister all this time. As the medium said, for the presence, time was different, and by taking advantage of that, he was able to save his sister from a tragic fate. His mother, upon realizing, collapses in pain.
He came back to save you.
While Tyler, having fulfilled his purpose, floats out of the house, going to a better place. And that's how the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you want more horror recaps. Until next time.